Okay, so there's different little ways of doing this, but this is the way I showed in class, so that's what I'm going to stick with here. So step one is to multiply the leading coefficient and constant together. So here's the leading coefficient, and here's the constant. So I like to kind of do this. So 3 times 3 is 9. So that's where I get that value right there. Then step 2 says find two numbers such that their product equals the result from step 1. So I'm looking for two numbers that their product, or basically they multiply to give me the value from step 1 right there. There we go. And their sum is equal to the coefficient of x. And so the coefficient of x is this negative 10 right here. That's the coefficient of x, negative 10. So we're trying to figure out it needs to add up to negative 10. So this is really the only part that you kind of have to guess. You're just trying, or well, just play around with it. So numbers that multiply to give me 9 but add up to negative 10. And this one kind of throws people off sometimes, but it's going to be negative 9 and negative 1. So if you multiply that, it will multiply to give you 9, and if you add it, it adds to negative 10. So then what we'll do is we're going to take this and replace it with negative 9x and negative 1x. So you still have the 3x squared, and by the way, that's step 3 now. Split the middle term with the two values from step 2. So 3x squared, and it doesn't matter which one goes first, so I'll put minus 9x, then minus x, and then plus 3. And if you want to, you can put a 1 in front. You don't really have to, but you can. Then the fourth step is to do factor by grouping. So you group the first set and the second set. On the first set, we can pull out a 3x, and we're left with 3x minus, x minus 3. Let's fix that. X minus 3. And then, oh, that's kind of weird. I kind of have what I need, except their signs are not what I want. I want it to be a positive x and a minus 3. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1. And whenever you do that, that causes a sign change. So this becomes x minus 3. And if you were to redistribute these values, we'd go right back to what I have written in purple. Now, you don't want to do that, though. We want to go ahead and finish factoring. So then here you'll notice that the binomials are identical, the x minus 3. So we're going to factor that out. You can pull it out in front or back. I guess I'll pull it out the back since I have more room to show this over here. And so what's happening is the 3x minus 1 is left in those brackets, but I'll go ahead and put it as parentheses. So 3x minus 1, that's what was left in here. What's being factored to the outside right here is the x minus 3. And then this is our answer for now. So in the next section, you'll have some similar problems to this, but you'll actually be asked to solve. And so if you throw in equals 0, then you have one more step to go, but I'll wait on that. But I just want to point that out, that there's a difference between factoring an expression and factoring an equation. So here it says factor the expression. So all you have to do is factor, and then you're done.